The Daily Code Snippet. Sometimes you may not want to just have paragraph text, but you may want to have lists. In coding, you have unordered, ordered, definition, and nested lists. Unordered lists are lists where the list items do not have to be in a particular order. Bulleted lists are unordered lists. In contrast, ordered lists are when the list items have a particular order and can also be thought of as numbered lists. With a definition list, you are listing terms and then defining those terms. An example of this would be a dictionary. Nested lists are when there are lists within other lists. Unordered lists are when you have lists of information, but the items do not need to be in a particular order. An example of this may be when you have a recipe and you have an ingredients list, but it doesn't really matter in what order those ingredients are. You just need to get all those ingredients to make your recipe work. You can see that the unordered list has an opening tag, and then you will put all your individual list items with each list item having an opening and closing tag. And then after you finish all your list items, then you will put the closing tag for the unordered list. Unordered lists will display with a default bullet style that can be adjusted. UL opening tag, LI opening tag, list item, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, list item, LI closing tag, UL closing tag. Will display as bullet, list item, bullet, list item. Ordered lists are handled similarly to unordered lists, except that instead of using UL, you are going to write OL for an ordered list. And in this case, you may need this for the part of your recipe where you have specific instructions that have to be followed in a particular order, because you don't want to be draining the potatoes before you have boiled them. When you use an ordered list, the browser understands that it needs to add numbers in the order of the steps. OL opening tag, LI opening tag, list item, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, list item, LI closing tag, OL closing tag. It will display as number, list item, number, list item. With a definition list, you will list terms and then define them. With a definition list, you will use the DL element, and the terms will be defined using the element DT. And finally, the definition itself would be inside the element DD. So continuing with our Filipino cookbook example, there may be a glossary of terms. In this glossary, we may find the terms jackfruit, salted eggs, and roast suckling pig. We can see the use of the different elements in this example of jackfruit. You can see how you would use the DL, the DT, and the DD elements to mark up the information. DL opening tag, DT opening tag, jackfruit, DT closing tag, DD opening tag, jackfruit is one of the largest fruits in the world, DD closing tag, DL closing tag. Nested lists are when lists are placed in other lists. So let's say we have a list of foods from Filipino cuisine, adobo, nilaga, and sinigang. But it turns out there's more than one kind of adobo. So you would want to have an internal sublist of the different kinds of adobo. In our example, pork, chicken, and fish. To nest a list, when you get to the list item that has a sublist, before closing the list item, you will add another unordered list, in this case, and then have each list item of the sublist. It is only after the last item in the sublist that you will add the closing tag, so the sublist of types of adobo becomes nested in the larger list of dishes from Filipino cuisine. UL opening tag, LI opening tag, adobo, UL opening tag, LI opening tag, pork, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, chicken, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, fish, LI closing tag, UL closing tag, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, nilaga, LI closing tag, LI opening tag, sinigang, LI closing tag, UL closing tag. Presented by Designers Learn Code.